Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tune Project, or welcome if it's your first time here. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 basic bow exercises that you can do to improve your right hand technique. So whether you're interested in fiddle styles or classical violin, these exercises will help you to feel more confident in your playing. This video was requested by Dale, so thank you so much Dale for supporting me on Patreon and for requesting this video. Hi, I'm Lauren, a professional violinist and fiddle player living in Nashville, Tennessee, and I help thousands of people just like you achieve their violin and fiddle goals. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, and also be sure to ring the bell so that you don't miss when I upload my next video. Now, let's get into these bow exercises. So this first exercise will help you with your slurs. So what we're going to do is identify the midpoint of the bow. So take a look at your bow hair and see if you can find approximately the middle of the bow hair, and that's where we're going to be changing notes. If you're unfamiliar with what a slur is, it just means that we're playing 2 or more notes within the same bow, and in this case we're just going to be playing 2 notes on the same bow. So once you've found the midpoint, decide how much bow you want to use. If you're comfortable going all the way to the frog and all the way to the tip, you can choose to use the entire bow. If you're not quite there yet and you don't feel comfortable using the entire bow, you can always stop just shy of the tip of the bow and the frog, so starting somewhere in the lower half and stopping in the upper half. So decide which works best for you, and we'll go ahead and set our bow on the A string. So what we're going to do to start is play A to B on a down bow. And we're changing from A to B at the midpoint, so keep an eye on the midpoint of the bow as you go through, and just be aware of when it's approaching so that you know when to change to the B note. Alright, and then once you've done that, we're going to do the same thing on an up bow, except we're going to leave our B down, and this time we're going to go from B to A. Okay, and now let's try combining those two, so A to B on a down bow, and then B to A on an up bow, and see if you can maintain contact with the string the entire time. Here we go. So that exercise is great for practicing slurs as well as even bow distribution, meaning that we're using the same amount of bow for each note, which is very important when playing the violin and fiddle tunes, so that we can make sure we're using the right amount of bow no matter the note value. And of course, with this exercise, you can also continue up the A string. So if you wanted to go from A to C sharp next, for example, and then C sharp back to A, you can also go up to D, and so on and so forth, as far as you're able and willing to go. The second exercise is focusing on string crossing. So if that's something that you need a little bit of practice with, this is the exercise for you. For this exercise, we're going to set our bow on the A string in the lower half of the bow. We're going to play 2 open A's on a down and up bow. We're going to pause, roll to the E string, and play 2 open E's. So it'll sound like this. Okay, and you can continue doing the same thing over and over again, just practicing going from A to E and making sure that you're adding that pause in between string changes to really feel the angle, how far your arm is moving, and allow your muscles to memorize those movements. So let's go ahead and try this again together. This time, after we play the open E, we're going to come back to A and repeat the exercise. And you can do that as many times as you like. And again, just like with the slur exercise, the first one we did, you can also add in additional notes. If you wanted to make your way up the scale, you could do that as well. So for example, So that's just an example of a variation on this exercise if you're wanting to take it to the next level. So now that we've covered slurs and string crossings, the third and final bow exercise that I'll be showing you today to help improve your right hand technique has to do with various bow patterns. When playing fiddle tunes and classical pieces, you are likely going to come across various bow patterns, meaning you might have multiple notes in one bow combined with something completely different. And there are a variety of combinations that you will come across, but the one that we're going to be focusing on today is very simple, and it's just down, up, up. So we'll be taking a down bow on open A and then 2 up bows. Now, going back to the first exercise that we did together in this video, you want to take a look at your midpoint once again, because we're going to be using that in this exercise on the up bows. So go ahead and set your bow on the A string, again, somewhere in the lower half. You can go all the way to the frog if you are comfortable doing so, or come a little bit further out toward the balance point. It's completely up to you. But we're gonna start on a down bow. We're gonna play a long down bow on open A, and then 2 up bows separated by the midpoint. So you should hear a slight separation in between the 2 notes. So let's try this together. And with this exercise, you're also welcome to modify it. If you wanted to do 2 down bows and then 1 up bow, that is an option here as well. But when we have 2 of the same note in the same bow stroke with a slight separation in between them, this is referred to as a hooked bow. So this exercise is great for practicing those hooked bow patterns. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up below. And I hope you're able to practice some of these bow exercises to improve your right hand technique. Thanks again so much, Dale, for the request, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Happy practicing!